In the last session, what we were discussing? We were discussing about action class. Okay. Mouse based interactions we were discussing, and also keyboard based interactions we were discussing, right? So we completed actions class. So using actions class, so we have to handle one more kind of element that is called as tooltips. Okay. So first of all, we have to understand what is a tooltip. So then how to handle those tooltips using actions class. Okay, that we will see. So first of all, let me open the website and I will show you what exactly the tooltip means. Okay. So this is a website. So tip is something where we get some information. Okay. Tooltip. So whatever the elements that we have, so they are going to provide some information about that particular web element. Okay. So what exactly the web element is used for? Left there is this particular button is there. Some text box is there. How exactly the text box is useful? They're going to provide some information to us. As a user, I just want to know what exactly that is useful for. Sometimes we might see some elements, we don't know what exactly that is useful for. Let's say if you're filling some form, we don't know what exactly that is, right? So either text box or whatever, the button, whatever it is. So then they'll providing some information with respect to that particular button or whatever the element it is. That is called as tooltip. Okay, if you see this button, okay, so what exactly this button is useful for? If you hover the mouse, see there, if you hover the mouse here, there is some information is showing, right? If you put my mouse on the button, like hover me to see this button, I'm getting some information called you hovered over the button. So this is called as tooltip, where they will be providing some information to the user. As of now, this is a demo site. That is the reason where demo text is present. But in real time, you will see some useful text. What exactly that particular button is useful for? What exactly this text box is useful for? Some information to the user, whoever is using the application. So this we need to validate the text. Okay, how to handle this tooltip text. So if you put my mouse on the button, I'm getting some text, and also if I'm keeping my mouse on this text box, I'm getting some text. These are called tooltips. Okay, so how to get the text from these buttons, or how to get this from, okay, if I don't keep the my mouse on these buttons, I'm not seeing any text. If I keep my mouse on these buttons or the text box, then only I'm seeing this tooltip, right? So then what exactly we need to do? We need to do actions class, and then we need to move my mouse to this particular buttons or text box using move to element. Then I can get the text from this, whatever the text that is visible. Okay, now let us see the code. What exactly happens when you move mouse and we don't do the mouse? So let me inspect on this web element. Okay, so these are the tooltip buttons, right? Now, so there is no element. There is no element for tooltip here. If you see the code, okay, you cannot see the tooltip also. Okay. So there is no tooltip also, right? So there is no element which identifies a tooltip. There are multiple elements are there in this, where we can identify the button, where we can identify the text box. But where is the tooltip? The complete text, if you find out there is no text. Okay. So when you will get that particular web element, there is no web element here in the HTML. When you put your mouse on this particular button, then only you will get that particular element appear in this particular code. Okay, when you move your mouse to this particular button, then only you will get a web element which displays you hovered over the button text. Till that particular time, you won't be having any particular web element here in the code. Okay, where it is loading. So if you come back below in the script, if I put my mouse over here, then there is an element is getting loaded here. If you see here, see there is a div element with role is equal to tooltip. If I remove my mouse on this particular button, that element is gone. Okay, if I put my mouse, then I'm getting the tooltip element. So what is the element? You hovered over the button is the element. Okay, so this tooltip we can get when we hover on the button only. Okay, if you want to know the text, what exactly the tooltip text, first you need to identify the element, right? The element which is appearing once we hover the mouse on the button. So first we move the mouse to the button and then we capture the corresponding element. Okay, clear? Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, so the element is gone, tooltip element is gone. If I put my mouse on this particular button, then the tooltip element is coming. So inside we have the text called you hovered over the button, text will be available. Okay, inside this tooltip element. So now what we can do is, so first let me create a class. So let me create a package, or else in the actions class only I'm going to create a class called tooltip, because there is something which we need to use actions class to handle these kind of tooltips. Okay, I'm going to create a class called tooltip. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the existing method, existing code to open the website. Right. So what is the website? So this is a website that we want to open. Let me replace this with this. Okay, now once we open the website, first we need to move the mouse to corresponding button or text box. Then we can see the new element which is getting loaded in the HTML. So first we need to identify this element. Okay, this is a button element. Once you move the mouse, then at the end of the HTML, I'm getting some element is loaded. Okay, first let us try to identify this element using this ID. So driver dot find element by dot ID. Here we need to type web element. Okay, and then this is a this hover button, something like this. Okay, some button. I can make it as tooltip button, where I get the tooltip when I hover the mouse on this particular button. Okay, let me import web element from Selenium. Okay, now to this element, I need to move my mouse so that I can see the text or the element which is getting loaded for the tooltip. So now I need to create actions class to do that. Actions is equal to new actions. Inside we need to pass the driver. Okay, I need to import actions class. Okay, I need to create an actions class where now I want to move to element. Which element I need to move? I need to move to the tooltip button. Correct? That's what I've mentioned here. Move to tooltip button. So this tooltip button I need to put it here, and then build dot perform. Okay. Once I move the element, okay. Once I move the element using actions class, so then I'll get a tooltip. That particular element will be loaded here below. So then I can identify the tooltip button using this particular element I need to identify. Then I can get the text from the tooltip. What exactly the tooltip text that is showing. To identify the element, what is the ID that we can see? Button tooltip is the ID. Button tooltip is the ID. So first let us once we move the element, okay, using actions class, then we have to identify the element by dot ID, which is nothing but the button tooltip. Okay. Just a second, guys. Yeah, sorry guys. So now once I hover the mouse, so then I'm getting a new element which is getting loaded, right? So this is the element which is getting loaded. So I have taken the ID button tooltip from this particular element, which is loading. So now what I can do is I can store this, okay, into some other event. So this is a tooltip. Okay. So now from this I can get the text which is displaying. What is the text? Tooltip text. You hovered over the button is the tooltip text. I can get the text, visible text, using the get text method, because that will get us the visible text from the this web element. So next I can print the corresponding system.out.println tooltip. So this is how we can get the tooltip state. Now let us see if we can execute perfectly. If you're not able to execute, why we are not able to execute, we will see if any issues. Okay, because if you face any issues, then only we'll come to know what exactly we need to resolve. So let us see, run this and see, and then we will see if you face any issues in that. So yeah, just a second. So I cannot print the tooltip, right? I need to print the text out of it. Get text using get text method from the web element, tooltip web element. Now let me run this and see. It's still loading. Let it load. It hovered on the button. And whether we're able to get the text from the tooltip, we will see whether we're able to print the text or not. Let me close this. We got some exception here. So where we got the exception, at the end of the exception, we can see, okay, we can see the exception class, where we got the exception class and we got the exception. Okay, where we got the exception class under tooltip.java in this file. So this is the tooltip.java. So this file at the 27th line here, when I'm trying to identify that the tooltip element which is adding newly, okay, that element I'm not able to find out. So what exception name that I got? What is the exception? I got a no such element exception. It is saying that there is no such element, whatever the element that you're trying to find the tool you. Okay, so why you're not able to find out? Because of the time. Immediately once you hover the button, it is taking some fraction of seconds to load the new element, right? So we have to wait for that element to load first completely. Okay, in the HTML, then only we can identify the element. At least if we give at least 1 second, that will be fine. It is loading. Okay, we are not loading any time, and immediately if we're trying to find out, it is not able to find the element. So let us give some wait here. Let us wait some for time using thread.sleep only. Once you hover the mouse, then we wait for the element to load and we capture the element using find element and then get the text out of it. I'll wait for 1 second. We will see if that works. So 1 second is nothing but 1000 milliseconds. Okay, I need to pass as a milliseconds. Add throws declaration, that is fine. I'm waiting here for 1 second and then I'm trying to identify the newly added element, which is nothing but the tooltip element. From the tooltip element, okay, I'm going to get the text out of it. Now let us run this and see if it works. Wait, we are loading the page and then hovering on the mouse. Mouse hovering happened and waiting for 1 second. I'm trying to find the element and getting the text out of it. Okay. Now if you see, we got the text. You hovered over the button is the text. That is nothing but the tooltip text. Any tooltip you have to identify like this and get the text out of it. So this is how you need to handle a tooltip using actions class. Here, move to element is the very important thing. Okay, get text, we already seen all these things, how to get the text out of an element. But move to element is the one which we can use to first we need to move the mouse to the button, right? So then you have to use actions class for this to handle tooltips. Okay, so we have one more element like this, the same element, like we have button. Similarly, we have text box also. Even the text box also it is loading. Okay, if you see here, text box also it is loading as a new element. You can work on this. This is a kind of assignment to you. Okay, the same approach. Okay, identify the text box, move to this text box using move to element, right? And then wait for some time and get the tooltip element and get the text out of it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So when you're writing manual test case for this, how we have to write manual test case? Open the browser, just hover the mouse on the button. And what is the expectation? My expectation is you hovered over the button is the expectation. So actual result that you need to take from the application using getText method. Okay. Expectation is from the requirements. Actual result that you have to capture from the application using getText method using Selenium. So once you get those two things using string methods, okay, equals method is there, right? Where we can compare two strings. We can compare two strings, whether those are equal or not. Okay, clear? That is also an assignment. If you try it out, if you want to try it out, you can do. Inside in if condition, you write whether those are equal or not. If equal, okay, tooltip text is matched, or else tooltip text is not matched. Understood what I'm saying? Just try it out and let me know if you face any issue. Then we'll discuss on this. Right. So this is how you need to handle a tooltip. Okay. So that's about the actions class. We have done actions class completely. Now we are going to discuss about a new. Yeah. Now we are going to discuss about a new concept called window handling. Okay. So what is window handling? So now normally whenever you click on any link or something like that, it is opening a new tab. Okay. Or else it is completely opening a new window. Okay. So in that case, how exactly the code works? If you try to identify, first let us see. Let us write a normal code, and then we will see. Okay, what if happen a new tab is opened or else new window is opened whenever we click on a new button. Okay, so let me open some sample website. Just a second, I'll open some sample website and see. I can do this, or else I can take a real-time example also. That's also fine. I'll open this application. Okay, so normally when I come down, there are different links are available, right? Okay, so when we see this particular page and come down, there are different links are available. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and some Google Plus. Some links are available, right? If I click on this link, okay, so what will happen? It will open a new window, a new tab, not a new window. New window is something it will open like this, two windows. Sometimes it might open a new window. Sometimes it will open in a new tab. Okay, based on the code that you have written. Now here it will open in a new tab. Sometimes in your application you might find it will open a new window. So both the concept is same. That we're going to do it now. Whether it is a new window or new tab, how to handle these things. Okay. Now if I click on this Facebook link, it is going to a Facebook page where I need to check whether this is the correct page is opening or not. So how to check the title? I will check using get title. Driver.get title is the method that we have used, browser command. Okay, so I want to open this, click on this link and it will open a new tab. I want to verify the title. Okay, so if we verify the title, so if the title is matching whatever I'm expecting, that is good. If it is opening another new window, another new tab, some other window which is not expected, so that is an issue, right? Currently, it should open a Facebook page. Currently, we opened a Facebook page. It is working as expected. Now I want to print the title from this page. Once I click on that link. So how to do this scenario? We will see. So now, first let me open this website, and then this is my scenario. Just click on this Facebook link, F link. Once you click on this link, print the title from here. That's what I want to do. So we will see what exactly we need to do. Just you tell me, you guide me so that I will write the code. First, I'm going to create a package called full Windows, or else I can say window handling. Window handling. Okay. Inside this, I'm going to create a package. I'm going to create a class called say window handle. Window handle, handling or something, whatever it is. Window handling. Okay. So here I want public static void main. First, I need to open the website. Right. First, I need to open the website. So this is the website that I want to open. Okay. So I'll open this website. I'll use the same code that I'm using previously. Okay. So once I open this page, okay. So now what I need to do once I open the page, I need to click on this link, Facebook link, right? Just inspect this, right? This Facebook link, just inspect the link. So this is a link, Facebook link. Okay. This link is nothing but a link. Normal link starts with A, where it open a new URL, new link kind of that is available under href. So if I want to identify this link, so I can identify there is no direct link text is available for the link directly. There is a span element is there, that is fine. Now I want to identify using this particular class. Okay. So how to identify CSS selector using class? Dot and then the class name. Okay. Just a second. Just a second, guys. Okay. Inside this class, inside this li element, I have identified this in class, and I need to identify this link if I want to click on it. So how to navigate from this particular element to this element? CSS selector. In CSS selector, how to navigate from parent to child? Huh? Slash R. What it told? See, there is no just I want to tell something. There is no practice at all. Okay, coming to class and going and sleeping. That's it. Okay, so you need to use this symbol, forward arrow symbol. Okay, and then I have to identify the link A. Okay, from parent to child in CSS selector, this is how we navigate. Only one person answered. Okay, remaining people didn't answer. One or two people answered. Okay, you have to practice. If you don't practice, even if you get a job, you cannot do the work. Right? So this is how we can identify this link, right? Facebook link. So let me copy this, and I want to click on this link. So driver dot find element by dot CSS selector, right? This is the CSS selector where I'm going to identify the CSS selector, and then I want to click on it. Directly I'm clicking on it. Okay. So let's say I'm clicked on it. So once I clicked on this, what exactly I want to print? I want to print the page title. So how to print the page title? In system.out.println statement, I'm going to write the driver dot get title. Okay, so this is how I can print the page title. Okay, so page title is something where we can see it on the tab level that we already discussed. So if we inspect the page also, we have this page. In the head section, we have the title available. Let's say title. Okay, so this is the title available. The same title, Selenium framework, and then pipe Facebook is available under tab level also. This title I want to print it out using driver.get title. Clicking on the Facebook link and printing the title. So what exactly it happens, we will see. Okay, let me run this code now. So what exactly it will print, what title it will print, we will see. Okay, open the page, clicked on the Facebook link, print the title. Let us see what it prints. Let me close this. What it print? What is my store? This is not the my store. So the first one is the my store. Right? Why didn't print this one? Because by default, the control will be on the tab only. Even though it is opening a new tab, by default, Selenium control will be on the first tab only. Whatever it we are opening from the beginning, right? In that particular tab, in that particular URL only, the Selenium will point out. Okay, it will not switch to the new tab. Even though we're clicking on a new tab, it is opening a new tab or new window, whatever it is. So it will not switch to the newly opened tab or window. Okay, by default, the control will be on the main tab. So how to switch? So that is called as window handling concept. Okay, so it won't work as we expected, right? So we have to handle these kind of multiple windows so that we need to switch to the window, whatever the window that we want, so that we can perform the corresponding action in the corresponding window, newly opened tab or window. Now we cannot perform any operation on the newly window. We are not able to print the title. Similarly, cannot perform any action on this window, even though you identify the element. And if you want to click on login or if you want to join group, whatever you want to do on the newly opened tab, you cannot perform any action because the control is on the main tab, which is nothing but the parent tab. So this is called a child tab or child window. So this is called as parent. The control will be on the parent itself by default. How many n number of windows you open, n number of tabs you open. Even if you open 10 tabs from the parent window, the control will be on the parent window. So we have to forcefully switch to the child window. Then only we can perform actions on the child window. So how to do all these kind of things called as a multiple window handling. Okay, the concept is called window handling. How to do that, we will see. Okay, so now, so when we talk about window handlings, there are two methods that we need to remember. Okay, so one is a window handle, get window handle is the method. Then another method is the get window handles. There are two methods that we need to remember. One is the get window handle, then other one is the get window handles. Okay, two methods. One is a singular and one is a plural. Get window handle, get window handles. So what get window handle will do and what get window handles will do. Okay, then what is the code that we need to write? Okay, to handle multiple windows. So we'll see. So once I open the page, right? Once I click on the link, two links are open, that is fine. Okay, so every tab has a separate ID associated with it. Okay, based on the ID, we can identify particular tab. Okay, ID identification we can do. Separate ID will be there. For a parent tab, we have a certain ID. Even for the child tab, we have a certain ID will be there. So if you use get window handle method, so driver.get window handle method, it will give an ID for the parent window or the current active window. Get window handle will give the current active window or tab ID. Okay, so by default, the control will be on the parent tab. Correct or not? If you use driver.get window handle, that will give us the ID which is of string format. Okay, that is for the parent window because by default the control will be on parent window. Okay, so driver.get window handle will give the ID for the parent window. We can call it as window ID. Right? So let us try to get the window handle. Even after clicking on Facebook link, even get window handle gives the parent window ID only. The currently active browser, currently active tab. ID it will give. So you can give here also. After opening the browser also, you can take get window handle. After clicking on Facebook also, you can take the get window handle. It will give the ID of the current active window or tab. Current active window or tab is nothing but the parent window. Okay. Now I can take that. After clicking, I can take, or before clicking on this also I can take. The current active browser is the parent window. So let me take that using driver dot get window handle. So this will give a string value. If you put your mouse on the get window handle method, it will give us a string value, which is nothing but the window ID, currently active window ID. Okay. Now I can store this in a string. I can name it as parent window because I know that the currently active window is the parent window. Okay. Okay. I captured the parent window ID. Even after clicking on this Facebook launch, also you can capture. It will give the parent window only because the control by default, the control will be on the parent window. Okay. So I got the parent window. Fine. Now I clicked on this link. Okay. That is fine. Let me remove this get title. We'll do it later. Now once we click on the Facebook link, now there is one more tab called open. Okay. There is no separate method to get the child window ID. Okay. So we have to use get window handles only. So get window handles gives the all the window IDs, including parent window also. Okay. There is no separate method to get the child window ID. Get window handle gives the current active window or current active window or tab, which is nothing but the parent window. Get window handles gives the all the window IDs, including parent and child. Even if 10 tabs are open, all the window IDs you will get it. So currently, how many tabs are present? 2 tabs are present. Get window handles gives the window IDs for these 2 tabs. Okay, including parent and child also. Now let me write get window handles here. So driver dot get window handles. It will give the more than one window handles. By the name itself, we can say get window handles. Okay, what it will return? Normally, if it is a window handle, it is a one window where we can store it in a string. Is the current active window. Get window handles gives the multiple windows, whatever the window it is. So the return type of this get window handles is set of strings. Set of strings. So what is set? Where we can store duplicate, where we can store multiple values, right? Correct or wrong? Where we can store more than one values if you want to store, either you can use list or set. Set doesn't allow duplicate values, right? So now this return type is set of string. In this set, we have a strings, which is nothing but 2 windows IDs we'll be having. So all windows. I name it as all windows, including parent window. We have child windows also. We have all windows. Set you need to import from java.util package. Okay. So get window handles will give us the set of string, and get window handle will give us the return type string. So this is important interview question. So what is the return type of get window handles and get window handle, and how to handle multiple windows? Okay. So in this particular, as of now, so we clicked on the Facebook link, that is fine, and using get window handles, it will give the all the window handles, all the IDs for all the tabs which are opened. So currently how many tabs are there? So this set contains how many string values? 2 string values. Correct or wrong? Where set is used to store multiple values only, like list. This string contains. Now let us see the size. If we can see, okay, all windows dot size. Size will be 2, where it includes all windows, includes both parent ID and child ID also. But get window handle gives the current active window. The current active window is nothing but the parent window, which is currently active. Now let me run this and see what exactly happens. We'll see the window sizes, how many windows are open. Okay, let me close this. As of now, 2. Okay, so 2 windows are there. All the windows are present inside this string, and also we took the parent window ID also. Parent window ID also we took using get window handle. Get window handle gives the We cannot say parent, but yeah, get window handle gives the current active window ID. By default, the currently active window ID will be the parent window. Now, if I want to get the title from the child window, so what exactly we need to do? We will see that. Okay. Now, this size I'm aware, I'm just commenting out this line, or else I'm just comment this line. Now, I need to write a for loop. Okay. I need to write a for loop where I need to, okay, iterate all the windows which are available. This is an enhanced for loop. Okay, not a normal traditional for loop. This is enhanced for loop. So how to write, what is the syntax for enhanced for loop? I need to iterate all the child window IDs. Okay, so to iterate all the child window IDs in the for loop, I put colon. In the right side, what I need to put? All windows. Okay, in the left side, where I need to store? Because this is giving a set of string, right? Each time, each window ID will be stored in a string here. I'm putting as a window. Okay. So each time one window ID is coming and storing in a window. I'm using that particular for one iteration. In the second iteration, second window ID will be coming and storing it in a window, and we will be using that ID. Okay, it depends. It could be jumbling also. It's not like every time first will be the parent window, second will be the child window. First it can have the child window also. So now, once we get the child window, so two windows will get, right? So we are not going to work on the parent window. We need to work on the child window. So for that purpose, if you want to work on the child window, we need to switch to the child window. Okay, using driver.switch to command. Okay, using driver.switch to command, we need to go to the child window. But here, all the windows I got, parent window I got, and child window I got. I don't want to stay on the parent window. I want to switch to the child window. So if it is not a parent window, then switch to the window. Okay. If that is not a parent window, then switch to the window. We need to write a if condition. We need to check if that is not a parent window, because I don't want to work on parent window. By default, the control will be on the parent window only, right? So I don't want to work on the parent window. I want to switch to the child window if it is not a parent window. I need to write a if condition here. So let us see how we can write an if condition. Okay. So if inside this, I'm going to write, I already have a parent window ID, right? So here I'm iterating all the window IDs. We have a parent window ID and also we have a child window ID. So now I will write like this: window dot equals parent window. Now I need to check not equals, right? If it is not a parent window. So currently window, which is not a parent window. Okay. So here I'm checking equal. Let's say we got a parent window for the first time, because all the windows I'm iterating. For the first iteration, I got the parent window ID here. Okay. Now this is a parent window ID. This is also parent window ID. Okay. So both are equal, right? So this gives us a true value. Equals method will give a true or false. Okay. Parent window dot equals parent window. Both are equal. It gives us a true. Then I don't want to switch to it. Okay. So then I don't want to switch to the child window if it is a parent window, right? Then I'm changing the true to false. Then I don't want to execute this if block. Okay, in the next iteration, let's say I got a child window in this window. So child window equals to parent window ID or not? ID is different. Different IDs will be different. Normally we have different IDs. So child window is equal to parent window or not? Not equal. So then the complete statement will give us a false. Then we are converting that false to true using not symbol. If the condition is true, then we are going inside the if block. If this is a child window, then we are switching inside the if block. Okay, inside the, then what I need to do, I need to switch to the child window. Use this command to switch to the child window. Driver dot switch to which window I need to switch. I need to switch to the child window. Currently the window which I got is child window. Okay, window of, I can put like each window in this. So driver dot switch to dot window is the command that we need to use. Inside this, we need to pass the corresponding window ID which you want to switch. So if this is not a parent window, then go ahead and switch to the child window. And then I don't want to iterate any other loop. Okay, I don't want to continue with the loop. Even though if there are multiple windows also, I don't want to continue with the other kind of. So then what exactly you need to do is I need to put break. Okay, so first time only I'm getting the child window. In that case, I'm switching to the child window. Then I don't want to check with again parent window, right? That is the reason I'm coming out of the loop. Break helps us to come out of the for loop. Okay, so if we switch to the child window, once you switch to the child window, then the control will be coming from parent window to child window. Then you can perform any action on the child window once you switch after using switch to command. Now, if you print the title, driver.get title, okay, driver.get title, it will print the current active window. What is the current active window once you switch? Child window is the current active window. Once you switch, the active window will change. Okay, current active window is the child window. Okay, now if you use get window handle inside the child window, once you switch, then it will be a child window, not a parent window, because the current active window got changed. Okay, get window handle always gives the current active window ID. Get window handles gives all the window IDs. Okay, now let me run this. What exactly it will print, we will see. Okay. Okay, it prints the child window. So we have to write a condition in such a way that if it is not a parent window, then switch to the child window. Okay, then perform whatever the action that you want and break out of the loop once you perform any action. Okay, so this is how we have to handle the multiple windows. I'll explain once again. Okay, everything. Just please carefully listen. Okay, so we'll print the title also, what exactly this title is printing. So this is an ID where we contain numbers and okay, it's a combination of the alphanumeric where we have alphabets and numeric values also. It's the combination of both. The ID will look like this. I will print that ID and we will show you how exactly ID looks like. Whether it's a child or parent doesn't matter. How exactly the window ID looks like. It's a string value. Okay. Let me close this. Let me close this also. Okay. So this is how the window looks. Window ID looks like. This is a string value. Okay. So for every tab, there will be ID associated with this. Based on the window IDs only, we have to switch to the corresponding child window. Now let me explain again once again. Let me comment this code. Now, once I open the page, I'm clicking on the Facebook link, right? So once I click on the Facebook link, it is opening another window or tab. So by default, the control will be on the parent window, the active window, which is nothing but the parent window by default. So we have to switch forcefully to the child window so that we can perform any action on the child window. So to do that, we need to use window IDs. Okay, we need window IDs for both child window and parent window. So to get the current active window ID, we have a direct method is there. Using get window handle, driver.get window handle, we can get the current active window ID. By default, the parent window is the current active window. So that ID I'm taking here inside a string. And the next, once I click on the page, there are two tabs are open now. One is the parent, one is the child. So get window handles helps us to take all the window IDs again, including with the parent. There is no separate method to get the child window, which is open. Okay, all the windows that I'm storing it in a set of strings. I need to iterate over all the elements, all the windows. Then I have to check for a child window. Okay, if it is not a parent window, then go for a child window, switch to the child window and perform whatever action you want. Switch to is a command where it helps us to change the active browser from parent to child or child to parent. That is the command that we need to use. Okay, so I'm iterating all the windows. So each time here it contains, let's say, child windows, it is there, parent is there, current active window, or else, and also child also there. Two are there because size is 2. Okay, so each time I'm iterating one by one using enhanced for loop. So first time I'm getting the parent window ID inside this window. Okay, string, and I already have a parent window, active, current active window. I don't want to perform action on the current active window. I want to switch to the child window. So here first time I got the parent window ID here in this string. Because the first iteration I take first value from here, I'm storing it here, and I'm performing the for loop. Second time also I'm taking the second window ID and I'm storing it here, and I'm trying to perform some for loop action. Okay, now first time I'm taking the parent window and I'm storing it in each window. Okay, let's assume. So each window contains the parent window, and we already have taken the parent window using get window handle also. So now we have to compare both whatever the window that we are getting as part of this, and also what is the parent window. If both are not equal, then only we have to switch. If both are equal, then we should not perform any action, because we don't want to perform any action on the parent window. If both are equal, I don't want to perform any action. If both are not equal, in that case, we are having a child window. In that case only, I want to perform some action. That's what I want to do. So now, first time I got the parent window here. Each window contains the parent window, and also parent window contains that we captured beginning using get window handle. That also contains the parent window. ID is same. Okay, so this, then if the both are same, then I don't want to switch it. Okay, I don't want to go inside this if block, right? So what we have done, so if both gives equal, what exactly output we get? Each window that equals, what exactly the output we get when we are using equals method? True or false? If both are equal, true. So inside if it is true, then it will execute the if block, correct? So now I don't want to execute the if block, then I'm converting the true to false using this not symbol. Okay, then the true will be converted to false. Okay, logical not symbol. So once we convert to false, then if block we are not executing because that is a parent window, then I don't want to execute. Now I'm going for the next iteration. Next iteration, the child window ID from here, from all the windows from the set, the second child window ID coming and sitting here in the each window. Now again we have to execute the for loop with the child window. Now each window contains the child window, and I'm trying to check with the parent window equal or not. That is not equal. So this statement gives us a false. But if it is not equal, then I have to switch it, right? If it is not equal to parent window, because that is a child window, now I have to switch to the child window. Now inside if I need a true. So currently I'm getting a false. Again, I'm converting that using this not symbol only. How we have to read it is, if the window is not equal to the parent window, then switch it. Then execute the if block. If the window, currently window, but whatever I got, if it is not equal to parent window, okay, then go ahead and execute the remaining code. Now we got the child window. If it is not equal, we got the complete output as false, and we are converting false to true. Inside if it is true, then if block will be executed. Obviously, we are switching to the corresponding child window. This is the window. Don't give parent here. So this is the window that we have a child window ID. So there I'm trying to switch using the driver.switch2.window. This is a command. Inside window, I need to pass the corresponding child window. Now I am switching. The current active browser got changed from parent window to the child window. And then perform whatever the actions you want. You can print the title, you can click on any buttons, you can do whatever you want. And once you perform your action, just break from the loop. You don't want to do it again and again. Okay. Okay, so this can be jumbled also. So why I'm giving break? This can be jumbled also. First, it can be stored child, and later it can be stored parent also. So once we get the child, we are switching to the child. We are performing some action. Then I don't want to go ahead and again I want to check for the parent condition, because I already have a child window and I switched it. Again, I don't want to check. So what exactly it is storing? It depends based on the ID. So that is the reason. Once I done perform some action, then I'm coming from the loop. Break helps us to come out of the for loop completely. And the next statements, whatever they are, those will execute after the for loop. So this is how we are trying to work on a multiple windows. Now, once I perform some action, I printed the title. Now again, I want to switch back to the parent window. Okay, so that is the reason they're giving us this option. Get window handle gives the parent window. Initially, we stored this get window handle inside this contains the parent window. So get window handle gives the current active window. If I use it here, once we switch to the child window, it will give the child window ID. But initially we captured parent window. Okay, we already have that ID. So if you want to switch to the parent window ID, again directly have the parent window ID, I can directly switch it. So once I come back from the for loop, again I want to switch to the parent window using driver dot switch to dot window. Here I need to use the parent window. From the child window, current active window is a child window. From there again I'm navigating back to the parent window. If I print the title here, print the parent title now. Initially we already captured the parent window. I'm using the same ID to again switch back to the parent window again. Okay. Now let me run this again. We'll see what exactly happens. Okay. Now we'll see, close it. First we switch to the child window and printing the title of the child window. And then again I'm switching to the parent window. I'm printing the title of the parent window, my store. Okay. This is how we switch between the different tabs or windows. It could be tab like this, or it could be in windows like this. Even if you're opening, if you're able to, the window is opening, new window is opening, the concept is same. Whether it is a new window or it belongs to a new tab. Okay, the concept is same. Window handling or multiple tabs. How to handle multiple tabs, how to handle multiple windows, the same concept. Okay, so this is how we need to handle. So now, so when we are talking about web element commands, browser commands, we have two commands are there, driver.close and driver.quit. So at that time, what I told, those two are helpful for us to close the browser, right? I didn't tell the difference. So now I will tell the difference. What exactly driver.close will do, driver.quit will do. So driver.close will close the current active browser, current active tab or window. But the driver.quit will close all the tabs, complete browser it will close. But driver.close will close only the current active window or tab. Okay, now we know what is the active window when we're talking about window handling. So that is the difference between close and quit. So now let's say I don't want to let me comment this code. So now I'm switching to the child window here using driver.switch to command. Right? If it is not a parent window, switch to the child window. So now once I switch to the child window, I'm printing the title. Right? Once I print the title, right? If I use driver.close here, so what it will close?
Child.
Yes, because the current active window got changed from parent window to child window, it will close only the current active tab or window, which is nothing but the child window. So driver.quit. So how many tabs or how many windows that you open using Selenium, driver.quit closes all the windows. Okay. So let us close driver.close here, or else I can use driver.close here also. Not there. I can use driver.close here also. Okay, driver.close closes the only current active tab or window. So currently we have switched to the child window and we didn't switch back to the parent window. The current active window changes from parent to child. So then if you driver.close only closes the current active tab, which is the child window. Let us run this and see. Let us wait for some time. Once I switch, once I perform some action, let us break from the loop and let us wait for some time and then let us close the tab. So dot sleep and giving 5 seconds before closing it so that we can see. Okay, now let me run this. It's open a new window. We switch to the new window, printed the title. Okay, we'll close the current active tab. Okay, driver dot closes. Why are you laughing? Okay, so driver dot close closes the current active tab or window, whatever the tab which is currently active, whether it could be parent or child. Okay, so let us use driver dot quit instead of close. Driver dot quit closes all the tabs or windows, nothing but complete browser it will close. Whatever it is opened by Selenium, right? WebDriver, Selenium WebDriver. So it will close all the windows, all the tabs, which is nothing but all the complete browser it will close, not only single tab. Let me run this. Okay, browser got closed using driver.quit. So there is a difference that we have with respect to driver.quit and driver. Okay. Okay. So if you have multiple windows, okay, let's say there are 10 multiple child windows are opened. So if you want to see what are the different windows are opened, so title, by the title itself we can know what exactly the window it is opened or title is opened. So you can switch to each and every child window if it's not a parent window, obviously. Okay, switch to each and every child window. Okay, don't break. Okay, don't break from the loop. Okay, so don't use this break command. Switch to each and every child window. Okay, complete all the windows. Okay, iterate all the windows and print the title and driver.close once you verify that particular tab. Okay, so switch to the child window, get the title, close that browser. Again, switch to the child window, get the title, close that browser. In this way, once we open 10 tabs we verify and we'll close each and every tab one by one. That's also we can do instead of using, we should not use break that time. Okay. Again, we are all the windows we take, right? Using all the windows. So we are treating each and every tab. Okay, let's say 10 child windows, including parent window. Okay, total 11 windows, 11 tabs, right? So if it is not a parent window, we'll check this condition obviously. So we'll switch to different 10 tabs because using the for loop. We won't use break now. Okay, break breaks the for loop. Okay, I don't want to use break. In that case, I'm editing all the different tabs. Yes.
How can you switch to particular tab?
No, particular tab we cannot switch. One by one we can switch. There is no option to switch a particular tab. So one by one we can go on to switch to the different child windows. Okay, there are 10 child windows we got. Each and every child window we compare. If it is not a parent window, switch to the corresponding child window and get the title. Okay, and you can close it using driver.close here only. Using driver.close, close it. Again, switch to the next child window and using driver.close. Something like this, you can do that. Okay, that's a different scenario, but yeah. So as you understand, this is fine as of now. So difference also you're able to get it, driver.close and driver.quit. So this is one of the important question that everyone will ask in interview. So what is the difference between driver.close and driver.quit? What exactly it will do? Okay. Any questions? Anything?
No, sir, it's clear.
Everyone. Okay. So that's all for today session. Okay. We discussed about tooltips and window handling. Okay. Tomorrow we'll discuss about other concepts. All right. So this you remember driver.switch to .window is a command where we can switch to the any window. Okay. Whether it could be child or it could be parent. This is the command that we have to use. Okay. So that's it, guys. If there are no questions, I think we can end up the session for today.
Okay.